Hello everybody and welcome back to BeamNG. Today we're testing one of the wackiest mods I've ever seen. What happens when you ditch regular tyres and replace them with springs? Well, buckle up because it's about to get crazy. From top speed tests to police chases, even some off-roading and drift action, we're putting these wheels to the ultimate test. Let's see how they stack up. We're kicking things off with a top speed showdown at the drag strip. The plan is to test the car with different setups and just see how fast or not we can go. First up, we have the springs all the way around on this ETK wagon, and the friction here is insane. Well, we've tore the back bumper off of our car already, but we've managed a respectable 85 miles an hour at the line. Not bad, but certainly far from record breaking. Next up we have springs only on the rear, and yeah, as you can see, with a rear wheel drive car, this is chaos. Let's give it another go. Before we know it, we're back to Drift Nation, and unfortunately we flipped it. That's a huge fail. What about the springs on the front only? Well, surprisingly, this setup has given us the best results yet, and we've achieved 116 miles per hour at the line. Sure, we lost the front bumper, but progress is progress. Let's try it this time round with regular tyres. As expected, they crushed it with over 140 miles per hour. Lesson learned, springs aren't built for speed, but maybe they shine elsewhere. Let's find out. Next up is the freefall test. This is a car with regular wheels and tyres, and it does not look pretty. Let's try dropping the car with the springs, and we can see it still turns into a pancake. So springs didn't absorb much impact at all, so on to the next test. Next we hit some serious potholes to see how the springs handle the bumps. Well, the verdict is not great. The springs were so firm, they shook the car like crazy, so if you're looking for a smooth ride, spring wheels are not for you. This is where the springs really start to shine. I threw a Jeep into some off-road terrain, including a muddy swamp, and the spring wheels crushed it. The same Jeep with regular tyres got completely stuck in this thick mud. With the spring wheels, the Jeep glided over obstacles like a Jeep. I tried the springs just on the back wheels of the Jeep, and while it offered better steering control and slightly faster times, the spring setup is way more fun. We can even Saudi drift with the springs on the road. Now for the real chaos, a police chase. The spring wheels make your car bouncy and very slippery, but once you get the hang of it, you feel like a stunt driver. Now I used a 4-wheel drive minivan with the springs on the rear axle only, and let me tell you, this setup is a dream. It's unpredictable, chaotic, and ridiculously fun. Sometimes you lose the cops, sometimes they get you and box you in. But the sheer madness of these chases will keep you grinning the whole time. This levels the playing field between the player and the AI cops. I also think it could be a lot of fun in BeamNG servers. Well, what about drifting? Oh man, what can I tell you? Spring wheels are shockingly good for this. Check out this corner, smooth, controlled, and full of flair. Well, a little bit of flair anyway. The best setup I found were springs on the rear driven wheels and regular tyres on the front. And even as someone who's awful at drifting, I was pulling off clean slides with this. Before wrapping up, I had to try something silly. Do springs make the lowriders jump any higher? Well, unfortunately not. But they do look pretty cool fitted to our lowrider. So what's the verdict on spring wheels? They might not be crash proof, speed demons, or even smooth over bumps, but they're unbeatable off-road, surprisingly drift friendly, and are downright hilarious in police chases. What should I try next with these spring wheels? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more BeamNG mods just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, take care.